What's going on, people? This is Philly Fan 1987 with Bleeding Green Daily, and yeah, yesterday was trash. Yesterday was probably the worst feeling ever. And they did a really good job of hyping us up and making us believe we were going to get our first win. And we took the gun, looked down at our foot, said all we have to do is get 2 feet, maybe not even that, maybe just a ruler, just get in position so we can kick the field goal. That's all we had to do. And we just took the gun and shot ourselves right in the foot. We said, nope, this isn't our time to win a game yet. Let's not do it. Let's get a tie. But what seems to be the craziest thing about these losses of our team this year is it feels like our identity is lost. Carson Wentz does not look like Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz's mechanics have never been all that great, so I'm not talking about his mechanics. But he has never looked this bad. His decision making has never been as bad. His accuracy has never been that bad. Yes, he has always thrown some too high. But it's never looked this bad. That Miles Sanders miss is a drop in the bucket. Those are things he doesn't miss. Those are things that in the past 2 years we would have known for sure that if we knew that play was going to be there and they would put a linebacker on Miles Sanders, it's money. But it's just very uncharacteristic of our team that Carson Wentz is not looking like himself. He doesn't even look confident out there. He really looks like when Skip Bayless used to say Carson Wentz looked like a deer in headlights. I would say, dude, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. This guy doesn't ever look like that. But right now, deer in the headlights. Definitely got it right. That's what it is right now. Never looked like that before, but right now, that's what he looks like. JP is falling off hard and fast. Injury after injury after injury. Looks like no matter how competent these new doctors are supposedly, we're still getting injuries and soft tissue injuries. In addition to that, Doug Peterson doesn't look like himself. Doug doesn't know when to call the fourth down plays, doesn't know when to go for the third and the fourth down plays. He hasn't been drawing up some of the right things. Decision making on his part isn't all that great as well. Yeah, it's not looking great right now. Defensive coordinator. Now, the last 2 quarters of the Bengals game, definitely the pass rush came alive and things started to look like it might be okay if they can carry over this passion, carry over some of this defensive confidence that they were able to get. But yeah, nobody is looking like themselves. Howard Roseman has us in cap hell next year, which is not his character. He's never been really good at drafting players throughout the draft, but it hurt us even more this year with all these injuries we've already had. We need help at linebacker. We don't have that right now. His ability to know when players are falling off, I used to think that was a strength for him. But you let Malcolm Jenkins go. Now, Nigel Bradham might be trash. The Saints let him go too. But I know for a fact that he's better than Nathan Gary. Whatever he would have put out there would have been better than Nathan Gary. So it's just very, very odd and very uncharacteristic of our team to look the way that it's looking. We don't look like a team who normalizes winning. We don't look like a team who's aggressive and who change what teams are doing in terms of going forward on fourth downs. We don't look like that aggressive squad. It doesn't look like we have a quarterback who is magical and can make magical things happen. And I quite frankly, I don't know what's going on. I don't. And yes, this not taking an L taking a tie, even though it's still a tie and not a win, might give them a little confidence that helps going forward. But please do not get stuck in this mindset that a tie is going to change everything. It won't. We still look horrible out there. And with the rash of injuries we had, teams are going to be able to do some things to us that, if people think our play calling is already predictable, if people think we're already very vanilla, it's going to get even more vanilla. They're going to attack Carson even more. They're going to attack our O-line even more. If Deshaun Jackson isn't out there and he's not eating down the field, it's going to be a problem. If Alshon Jeffrey gets back and if he's a shell of himself, it's going to be a problem. We really need something to jolt us out there. It's not looking good whatsoever. It just doesn't look good. And you'll see Carson have some really good moments, and then but mostly it's bad. Mostly it's trash. And I really don't know what it is. I don't know what it is at all. It could be the weight. It could have been the groin injury. But I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna make any excuses for him. I don't know what it is, but he needs to figure it out quickly. Hurts came out there and fumbled the ball. That might have saved him a week or two. But if you keep throwing interceptions, if we get into double-digit interceptions, if we lose another game, this might be it for Doug, Howie, and Carson. They really need to come together and get it together. One interesting thing Doug Peterson said, which is I don't know what to think about it, is he said he's going to dumb down the plays now and take more off of Carson mentally so that he can move faster and play faster and not have to think as hard, which is the thing he did with Nick Foles that improved Nick Foles and made Nick Foles better, because for the last 4 weeks of the season after the Rams game, he looked like trash, and it did not look like we were going to win any type of playoff game whatsoever. And then somehow in the playoffs, things got simplified, and Nick Foles looked like a whole nother man, looked like a monster, and was doing everything. Which makes me wonder whether or not all these new offensive pieces, Marty Morningwig, Rick Scangarello, everybody that they brought in to bring these new ideas and all of it, did they put things together too quickly, create kind of a new offense that's, with all the things that happened during COVID and all of that, make it too much on the plate of our veteran who just had a young baby, who didn't have an off season to prepare or work with his receivers and really grasp the whole playbook. Did that happen? That I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see if, one, Doug actually does those things, two, if Carson responds to those things and starts to look a little bit better, and three, if we start to see the offense gel a little bit. He's probably going to have to do that anyway, because we've got the young boys from last season back out there, and because they didn't make the squad, I'm sure they didn't have enough reps with Carson to really know that stuff anyway. So he might have to dial back either way. But we shall see. Sunday night, we have the 49ers. And as broken up as the 49ers are, if the Bengals, with a rookie quarterback, gave us problems and issues, then I'm sure the 49ers can give us a world of trouble as well. We cannot play the games that we play with the Bengals. We cannot have the same mistakes that we had with the Bengals. We cannot have 2 interceptions and hope to stay in the game with the 49ers. It's not happening. Not at all. Especially if Jimmy Garoppolo's back. If the young quarterback is in there, I still wouldn't sleep on him, because we typically, historically, have not done well against rookie quarterbacks. But yeah, we definitely have to come out with our A game. Hopefully Miles Sanders, they said he was fatigued, which could have been the case because he missed um, he missed the first game, came into the second game, but didn't get a lot of shots. And in this game, even though he was doing really well, they pulled him, which we couldn't understand for a while. But hopefully the fatigue and the rust is kind of knocked off and he's ready to go. And if he's been doing as well as he has with the fatigue, I wonder what he's going to look like without the fatigue. So this is Philly Fan 1987, and this is Bleeding Green Daily, and I'll see you guys later on this week.